like Supernova was such a huge
project.
Yes, if it can move, I think it moved to Eldoret, to
Nanyuki,
Mombasa, to Nanyuki, Nakuru. Yes, so I think that is quite the dream.
So I realized with that mentality, with the director Martin Kigondu, I saw that we are in tandem with what we were thinking, because the idea is how can we transfer this knowledge also in the spirit of county governance. Is there a way we can devolve these activities, including theatre plays? So getting knowledge from different people from here in Nairobi and transporting them to county levels. That is the vision and the dream behind Art Film Theatre Network.
Art Film Theatre Network. And I think it's in the name. You guys are doing great networking. Among the counties. And 47 counties is quite a good number.
It's a good number.
Good ground.
I think we have many players as far as theatre production is concerned in Eldoret. And last year, when KITFest, Kenya International Theatre Festivals, were doing their research, we realized that after Nairobi, it was Uasin Gishu County that was number 2 in terms of producing of plays. So the idea and the dream, we are fulfilling the dream that
exactly. You are actually in the business of fulfilling the dream, like you have said. That is quite an amazing work that you guys are doing. Big congratulations to all of you. It's good to know where you are from, so that we understand what the vision looks like. So now, even as we introduce Fula, we are introducing it bigger, because we know it's not an Eldoret thing. It's meant to move through the counties.
To other countries.
Okay, sawa. So then to the play that is called Fula. Let me start from here before I get to Duncan. Yes, Edu Duncan. You are the script writer. So what was the inspiration behind writing Fula?
Fula, if I can give something in script writing called an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is an idea that you have very minimal time to explain to somebody when you are in an elevator.
All right.
So you're going to 14th floor and you need to explain it to somebody within 30 seconds or 1 minute before you people get out of the elevator. So briefly, if I can use that, Fula itself is just a concept. We are trying to talk about the conflict between traditional belief and modernity.
And morality.
Modernity. Traditional belief versus modernity. The conflict between the two. That is the idea behind Fula.
And we are not even on the 7th floor, and we're already done.
We are done. That is
traditional beliefs and modernity. And I
think
these are the two things that have been in conflict since the beginning
of time.
Since
the beginning.
Every new day, every time modernity advances, there's more conflict.
There's more conflict.
Yes, exactly. So perfect. With that understanding, Duncan, what was your reaction towards receiving the first copy of the script? So you're like, how did you get to be Let's start from there.
Right. So first, to talk about the idea of Fula as a play, I think reason why I have found myself in this particular production of Fula is because I am more of, like, when you talk about art, I am more of a traditional person in art, but I have executed much of my artistic work in a modern society. So I get to understand, like, how deeply the execution would need someone to understand the play pretty much more, to be able to do like a proper execution.
To execute it the way it's supposed to be executed.
Because when I was actually sitting, from the first point when I was actually sitting with the writer, that's Brian Mwanzo. So when I was sitting with the writer and I was asking him, like, tell me, how is it that you're actually giving me this particular role as the narrator? Because, you know, Fula has actually got a transition of how the connection is done between the tradition and the modern, just like the way he explained. So you understand, when it comes to like me being the narrator, because I am the narrator, I'm the main narrator who actually tells about how the story connects from traditional to modern, then back to traditional again. So it's much more of like you having to stay in that moment and have to make sure that everyone gets to buy into that particular idea, that, you know what, we're trying to connect the tradition to the modern. And that is pretty much something that you have to embrace. You have to sit down and understand deeper than any other person who would be just watching the play. So if you are an actor, it's one thing for you to execute it, and it's another thing for you to research. So if you do like proper and a great research towards such type of a play where you have tradition and modernity coming in together and to create this particular piece, you have to break it down to yourself.
You're able to execute it well. Then I think you guys found your perfect actor because he's sort of both of the worlds.
Yeah, we've known each other for the last 10 years.
Yes.
It's actually 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
We started that. A decade plus.
Yes.
We started together as actors under the same production that I've mentioned.
Yes.
We share the same mentor, Tony Todd.
Yes.
So knowing each other for all those years, at times when you script write, at times you have the person that you want to play that role in mind. You get?
Yes.
So that is how he found himself.
He found himself. Because actually that was my next question. I wanted to know what type of casting was done. And since, you know, I am dealing with quality, you've been here long enough, so I know you know this stuff. So apart from Edu here, how was the casting done for the rest of the cast members?
What I can tell you, out of the projects that we've done, the number of projects that I've shared with you, we have cast members that almost appear in all places. In all the places.
Okay.
So when we come out and do the, you know, theater in Eldoret, it is still picking up.
Yes.
It is still struggling. So what we do, even in terms of production, we are still struggling and working hard.
Exactly.
So even in terms of getting the actors themselves, we tend to use those people that we've seen already doing certain projects. Then we know that when we are writing this play, this person can fit to this role well. So that is how we normally cast.
Which I think is perfect for the kind of production you're running, and also for the limited resources that you're running with, because you're able to tell the story correctly and using the best type of person because they were typecasted. This, you know, Edu is able to do this and this and this. He can be able to execute this. I think this is okay. This is the role for him. So therefore, you end up with an almost perfect play. Because you have everyone is strategically placed because you have seen them from previous works. And then also you know their versatility levels. You know that you know that Edu can be able to move from point A to point B. He can be able to play thug and priest. You know their versatility levels. So I think great type of casting.
Just like what happens in school. I believe you've also had this in school when they always say that I think teachers normally do a certain percent of work. I don't know which percent. Was it 50 or 60?
I don't know.
It's just a cliche, but we don't know the truth behind it. But let us use 60. They always say that teachers will do 60% of the work.
Actually, it is 40.
40.
Yes, the
then
student
60.
Does more.
The student 60. So it is the same thing when it comes to to casting and writing of script. When you get the right casting, we've done the 40% of it.
Exactly.
So that is why you need to have the kind of the right person who can handle
because they're
that
about
role.
to do 60%.
They're about to do 60%. Yes. So that is what happens when it comes to casting.
Yes, when you're doing casting. All right, great. I think that is a great way to go around it. So what message? I'm looking at a person who has attended Fuller. This is a sort of an end question. But a person who has attended Fuller, what do you want them to take home?
Now, the idea behind Fuller, as much as we try to build a conflict between tradition and modernity, because any kind of building conflict while script writing is one of the main elements of writing. But when you build a conflict, they say that art is the mirror of the society. We must give a resolution. And this resolution must, in one way or another, depending with the beliefs of the script writer, be positive and have something to teach. So at the end of the day, as we are building this story about Fuller, Fuller in a Luya dialect is rain. But it's supposed to be pronounced as Ifula. Ifula, meaning rain. Then you get ladies are called Nafula, gents are called Nafula. So we've done away with wa and na and e.
Just
e, which is I. So that we can remain with what? Fuller. So the idea behind Fuller, this is a young lady who was raised under the paternal grandmother's care after the death of the father. Because the mother to Fuller was a foreigner, she tends to believe that what the grandmother is practicing there at home is witches. But it is not witches per se. it is our traditional beliefs.
Yes.
For example, the grandmother is a traditional healer.
Yeah.
Can you call traditional healer a witch?
No,
the grandmother is a rainmaker.
Yes.
Can you call a rainmaker a witch?
No,
no. So what we want to give at the end of the day, so that our generation can understand where we are coming from and our tradition, is that a rainmaker and somebody who is working in a meteorological department are doing the same thing. These two, no one is bringing rain.
Yes.
Rain only comes from God.
From God.
But the purpose, the way a rainmaker predicts rain, rainmaker will use the movement of birds. Rainmaker will see how the cloud is and know that it will either rain or it will not rain. A meteorological department will use modern equipment to do the same thing. Are you getting it? So we want to teach our generation and the people around us that these things correlate.
Exactly.
When you go to school to learn, you will sit on chairs, learn, whiteboard, blah, blah. But also we had our traditional way of learning. Chini ya mti. But the purpose was the same thing.
Exactly.
So what we just want to give out of this conflict that we will build in the story, we will want to give a solution at the end of it.
Exactly.
That you go to the hospital, you are given a tablet of Panadol. You will use that Panadol and you'll be okay.
Exactly.
It is the same thing with a traditional healer. A traditional healer will give you something like muarubaini. It will still serve the same purpose.
Exactly.
So these two people, a doctor in the hospital and this traditional healer, are doing similar the same thing. It's only that the method, the process and the modality are different.
But
so that is what we want to share. The end goal is what? You will get healed.
I think if this is not calling you guys to go and watch Fuller, I don't know what will. If this is not calling you, because there, like I have said, the battle or the war between tradition and modernity has existed for the longest time, and mostly it is modernity demonizing the traditional ways. But in real sense, if you look at it, like you have said, if you drink marubaina and your pain goes, and you drink Panadol,
and the pain goes.
Really.
And if you check critically, this Panadol, the content is this muarubaini.
Exactly.
And what you need to understand, also this modernity is somebody's tradition.
Yes.
So we really need to be careful not to be overwhelmed with someone's tradition and forget where we come from. Because you will never know where you're going unless you know very well where you're coming from.
So really, this is a comparison between different traditions.
Yes.
Because these people are from this modernity, like you said, is somebody's tradition.
It's someone's tradition.
So really, it's comparison or just engaging two different traditions. All of them that have a right to exist.
Yes, they have a right to exist.
Because we were born here. Now you can't get born in the UK. You're already born here. So we need to understand this is where we are coming from, so that we know where we are going. I think this is the time to have this conversation, because with all the conflict going on, even between humans, between millennials and Gen Z, there is a lot that is going on in there, and Fuller is going to help you debunk all the myths and misconceptions that are in there, just because of different perspectives and different understanding or lack of understanding of where we have come from. Okay, so guys, if this is not calling you to go and watch Fuller, I don't know what will. So Kimbia Pale, I want us to talk about tickets because we're almost running out of time. When will Fuller be? How much are the tickets? Before we jump into another question, then wrap up.
Fuller will take place on 25th of February. That is the last Sunday of this month. The first show will be at 2:30 p.m. The second show will be at 5 p.m. So we will be running two shows. The reason why we are doing that, it was out of the request of our audiences who have attended other place. They were kind of like at times the 2 p.m. we will not be available. Can we try something for evening so that those that cannot be in a position to attend the afternoon one can come in the evening and vice versa. Now the tickets, we have a platform called tutoke.com. So when you go to www.tutoke.com, Tutoke is number 2, TOKEE. One word.com. So there you will get the ticket. Advanced ticket goes for 800 shillings. And at the gate is 1,000 shillings. The venue will be at KVDA Auditorium. KVD Auditorium is a private entity, but it has a very good auditorium, very comfortable chairs, very nice stage. We will do something called we will use light setup to convert it to a found place. A found place in theater is a term first to any room that is not a theater room but has been converted into a theater room. So we can convert this room to be a found room.
Exactly.
When we convert that, it becomes a theater. So KVD Auditorium is a 14-story building at the center of Eldoret town. The event will be happening on 4th floor of that plaza.
The 4th floor of that plaza.
KVDA Plaza.
KVDA Plaza. So this is easy. The 25th of February, which is the last Sunday of this month. The last Sunday, the very last Sunday, at 2:30 will be the first show, and then at 5 p.m. you're going to get the second show. So this means if your Sunday is free, 2:30 ni yako. If your Sunday is a bit caught up, you have to be in church, blah blah blah, 1:30 imefika, 5 p.m. is your time. So the tickets are going right now from www.tutoke, 2. So tutoke.com. You can get your advance tickets at 800 bob, and at the gate you're going to get your tickets at 1,000 bob. If I were you, with this economy, I would book my ticket right about now. Right now, get your ticket. I want Edu to invite the people to come and watch Afula. Just because I know you've been in rehearsal for weeks now. So I want you to tell them what they are going to miss out on if they don't, and of course to encourage them to come and watch the play.
Sure. So first of all, I want to tell you all that, you know what? If you miss this show, you will be missing something that you cannot be able to, like, you know, recover from, because this is one of the best shows that I have actually encountered ever since I started art, and that's pretty much like almost 2 decades right now. So with my understanding of this particular play being like a Kenyan produced play, with the kind of standard that it currently has as per what I can see from the rehearsals, I think this is just a play that you cannot afford to miss. And if you miss this, I don't know where you're gonna hide.
You better hide until the next production of so there is that. So you have all been invited. I want to ask, because we started from the networking angle of Art Flame. Is this play going to go around?
That is the idea. We always believe in unity of purpose. We always believe in professional kind of partnership. And if you can allow me to mention, the play is directed by one renowned artist, theater director, film actor, stage producer, called Wakio Mzenge. Wakio Mzenge is the one who is going to direct the play. And we will also have
I think I have heard the name Wakio Mzenge.
Wakio. A voiceover artist, ni actor mmoja mdeadly sana. So I would request if again we can get another opportunity for her, so that you can engage with her about the directing.
If she is available, we can make the time.
Yes. So she's the one who will be coming down to Eldoret to direct it. We just want to get this perspective, the professional angle of how Nairobi is running theater production in terms of everything, in terms of acting, in terms of directing, in terms of marketing, in terms of everything. So that after getting that project and having the quality at hand, we'll be in a position to take the first stop. We are even in discussion with the Nakuru theaters. That will be the first stop of that play. But before that, we will be going to schools. We are going to have schools tours. Because if you've gone through the syllabus of JSS that was approved by KICD, we have a topic that deals with performing arts. And performing arts has 2 compartments. That is theater and visual art. And in theater, these kids at grade 6, 7, and 8 are learning exactly what we are doing. So it will be good for them to experience the practical aspect of what they are learning in class. So we are going to do a couple of tours in junior secondaries. Then our first public stop after Eldoret will be Nakuru. We are already in talks.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that is going to be amazing. I'm asking about that because I know there may be a person who is not able to get to Eldoret, but they can get to Nakuru. So that is the next step, and we will keep you, informed. We want to get social media handles for your both personal social media handles and ArtFlame, so that we can be able to follow up to know, okay, from Nakuru they have had talks with Kenya National Theatre. Now they are here in Nairobi. Yes. So social media handles for ArtFlame.
For ArtFlame, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, ArtFlame Theatre Network.
ArtFlame Theatre Network.
Aina mambo mingi.
Aina mambo mingi. Your personal handles?
Personal handles is Mwanzo Brian.
Yes, Mwanzo Brian across the board. Again, simple and easy. Edu, personal handles.
Personal handle. Right. Yes. So my name Edu Duncan is a long name. Yes. So my second name is Dawood. So when you go to the online platforms, you'd find me with my easier name. Yeah. So on Instagram, it's gonna be Dawood _ Africa. That's Africa with a K-A, not a C-A. Yes. Yeah, so it's Dawood Africa. That's DAWOOD _ Africa. Yes. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So that one, you can get him on that, and you can get to know exactly what he's working on, even about and away from ArtFlame. All right? So ArtFlame Network.
Yes, theater.
Yes, ArtFlame Theatre Network is the social media handle that we're going to follow right now. That way, you're up to date on the tickets, you're up to date with when and where they will be on the next time. Now, we're going to close because we are out of time. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. On our art calendar, tuko na shughuli tu moja safi, 25th of February. Get your tickets right now at tutoke.com, www.tutoke.com. Advance tickets at 800 bob. At the gate, you'll get your tickets at 1,000 bob. This is going on the 4th floor of KVDA Plaza. All right? The 4th floor at 2:30 and at 5 p.m. If you do yourself that favor, you're going to have an amazing time, and it's going to be way above the worth of 800 bob or 1,000 bob. You're going to get double your worth. All right? So please go there and enjoy and have a fantastic time. But right about now, we are done. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for engaging with me. I am going to see you on the 8th Monday of the year 2024 next week. Otherwise, you are going to be telling me how your Valentine was. Otherwise, happy Valentine's. I'm going to see you next Monday.
Happy Valentine's too.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's. Yes, we forgot. Tumeanza na hiyo conversation. But thank you. I think you guys have what it takes. So you need this. Such platforms are amazing. That's why I didn't hesitate upon seeing your message. I really did not hesitate, because these are the kind of conversations. Because I know the thing with theater also, part of the struggles is getting places like this one, like audiences, places where you can talk to audience. Like you can hear, if you watch that interview back, you can tell I'm talking with people who know their stuff. Yeah, so like getting a platform like this is of great importance.